Hey there, wise women. Emily here from Wise Woman Witchery. And this is my come away with me do-over because for any of you who might have hopped on earlier, when I was live, you probably heard my dogs barking like crazy. I just assumed a package was being dropped off and they would settle down, but they did not settle down. So I stopped everything and we're doing this over with no barking dogs. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. And excuse me, I am coming at you today to talk a little bit about the Wise Woman Witchery virtual retreat, which begins next Friday, August 7th, and is the 7th and the 8th of August. So it'd be a Friday, Saturday. It is going to be all virtual. So we will be meeting via Zoom, and we'll meet for three-hour increments. So 9 hours total that we'll be together. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the details. So people ask me, like, what will I need to participate in this? What would this look like? So basically, you're going to need to pack a bag, except you're not going anywhere. You are going to create a cozy corner or a little sacred space in your house where you can hang out during this time. Now, some of you might not have space to do that, and I totally understand. But even finding literally a corner that you can put some pillows and blankets, create a little altar even on top of a shoebox, just having a little space that's just for you, for intentional space that's for this time, this retreat time, really goes a long way to making your experience just more powerful. I recognize some people have kids and or live in really small spaces or have lots of roommates or whatever it might be. So if you can carve out a corner, if you want, you could use a closet. I happen to like using closets for space because it's very contained and it feels kind of secret and like hiding. So I think that's kind of lovely. If you have outdoor space, you could totally utilize that. I have friends who have like tents that they have outside or gazebos or a she shed, but a space like that you could utilize. So that's kind of the number one thing that I will encourage everybody who's participating in this retreat to do is to create a cozy corner, a sacred space that you are going to use specifically for our time together. But there's a few other things that you're going to want to have, because even though you're not leaving your house, you are wanting to create an ambiance. You're wanting to create a different space for yourself than you might normally inhabit. And some of the things that I feel are really helpful to help create that space include candles. So it might be a candle that you can light with fire. I recognize that some people are not in situations where they can necessarily have fire going. So if that doesn't work, you could use one of these kind of candles that you turn on. These ones are kind of cool because you actually can make them be different colors. But, you just on or off. The point is you're creating ambience and you're creating a sacred spot for yourself. I also like candles because for me, I tend to light a candle at the beginning of any ritual that I'm doing, or spell that I'm doing, or work that I'm doing. And then I snuff it out at the end of that time. And so it's like the candle, the flame holds that space for me. So I invite you to, if you're going to participate in the retreat, to make sure you have a candle, to have something, and then have something to clear your energy field. So I have this sage spray. This is actually getting older. I start to need my reading glasses more often. This is blessed sage for cleansing and purification, but you could use anything. I have rose water sitting here, so you could totally use this to just sort of clear out your space, your energetic space. You can also use herbs. So if you happen to have, I've got dried sage, I've got some mugwort here, Palo Santo. So whatever you have on hand, whatever you like to use to clear out your energetic space, I encourage you to have that available to you as well. You might even want, do I have any? I don't have any in here, but I have a selenite wand. So maybe, using crystals to clear your energy space is more up your alley, and I invite you to bring that instead or in addition to. So think about those things. You're also going to want to create an altar space for yourself. So bring a little cloth, or a box or a tray, whatever it is that you would like to use to create this altar. And that's a great place to put your candle, to put your cleansing herbs or sprays. If you have crystals that you would like to work with or that really help you feel grounded and centered and channel energy with, you can have those on hand. So like I almost always have my big green opal hanging out. I love this one. It fits perfect in my hand. That'd be great to put on an altar, on your altar space. And we will be doing work where, I will invite you to put things on your altar for the duration of the weekend. So you're also going to want some cozy clothes because I want you to be comfortable. So, it could totally be a PJ, couple day PJs, or yoga pants, or whatever it is you feel most cozy and comfortable in, because the idea of going on a virtual retreat is that you're actually on a retreat. So you're taking a step out of your day-to-day, you're taking a step out of the mundane and the responsibility, and you're carving out this time for you. And so whatever it means to you to be comfortable, maybe getting dressed up and doing a full face of makeup is comfortable for you. Do that. But whatever it is, I want you to think about, how can I make myself feel most comfortable as I show up and am present here? So let's see, what else is on my list? Tea. I highly encourage tea drinking. So if you have a favorite mug, clearly this is my favorite mug. You can see my tea stain. So, have some tea, hot water, all of that accessible to you so that when we have breaks, you can go and grab those and do some refills. Water, of course, on hand. And then I want you to have, if you have tarot or oracle cards, you will want to pack these. So they could be tarot cards. This is my old standard Rider-Waite deck that I've had since I was like 16. Or maybe you have oracle cards that you really like. This is the Starseed Oracle. Any will work. So whatever feels most, whatever speaks to you the most that you have on hand, that's another thing to pack in your bag to have for this virtual retreat. So other things that you might like to have and that I think would be really helpful, colored pencils or markers or crayons, some type of art supply. Art supplies, paint, whatever it is that you like for your medium. I would invite you to have that on hand. And then absolutely imperative is that you have your journal. So we will be doing quite a bit of writing and sharing and being witnessed in our experience, as well as doing some journeys. So we will be doing meditation, guided visualizations, some ceremony and energy clearing. All of these things are wrapped up into this virtual retreat that begins next Friday, August 7th, and runs through August 8th. So I have more details on this. I have a write-up, and I will put that in the comments here so that you can click on it and go check it out. The sign-up is in there as well. It's important to know that registration for the virtual retreat is going to be closing on Tuesday. And the reason I'm doing it a few days before is I want to be able to mail you something in the mail. Now, if you're in Canada or the UK, it's going to take me a little longer. So, or that package a little longer. So I would encourage you to sign up now, today, if you can, to make that happen if you are in one of those locations. Otherwise, registration is closing by Tuesday, and I'm hoping that anything I ship off will make it wherever it needs to be by Friday. We shall see. You can do this retreat with or without those things, but I want to send you a little care package for our time together. So, and some of the care package will be virtual, but it's fun to get mail. I think I love getting mail. Anyway, those are the main things that you're going to need if you choose to join me on this virtual retreat. Again, that's August 7th and 8th. And I will put the details and the link to the details and the sign-up link in the comments below. I hope some of you will join me. We do have limited space. because I want to make sure that we create an environment that everybody feels really comfortable to share. We can build trust. We can get to know each other a little better. Whereas if we have, 20 or 30 people, it's not as conducive to all of that. Our meetings will be totally done via Zoom, so we will be able to see each other and hear each other. And it's not like a Facebook Live where, it's pretty one-sided aside from comments. I want you all to be able to see each other and also be able to share fully. So if you create something, to be able to show it. Yeah. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. Even if you're catching this on the replay, I will check in and answer any questions that arise. And if you would prefer to email me, you can totally do that at wisewomanwitchery@sonic.net. Otherwise, I will hopefully see some of your names popping up on the sign-up sheet, and I will talk to you all very soon. It is Lughnasadh on Saturday, and so I will be hopping back on to talk a little bit about that and share some possible rituals. I also, just on the Lughnasadh note, if you are looking for some ways to celebrate, I did post a link to my blog, so you should be able to scroll back through previous posts on this page and find that. If you're not on my mailing list, because if you are, you would have got that in your mailbox. Okay, that's all. I always have a hard time ending. I want to just keep talking, but I'm going to stop myself and I'm going to say goodbye. Have an amazing, magical day, and I will talk to you real soon. Take good care.